'Cause I ain't no sissy lala like some of these motherfucking YouTubers. Just saying, just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.
Women's boobs are their balls. They're just not down there. So yes, gentlemen, we have bigger balls than you do.
What? Say what?
I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Jimbo,
And I'm Kemper.
coming to you live from the stand. What is going on, Brother Kemper?
Nothing, bro. Just finished my shift and got home. Got plugged up to charge the phone and jump in studio.
Cool. I know it's probably a rougher day on you being a non-Michigan fan than it is on me being a Alabama fan. Especially living there in the great state of Michigan.
Yeah. I got to piss a few of them off today, so I had a good time.
Yeah, that's what sports is all about, man. I'm, to go ahead and say I really thought Saban would pull it off, but I think the better team won. I mean, I think Michigan clearly the better team. Now they outplayed them.
I think the score was reflective of how good the teams were because there wasn't that much of a difference. I mean, it went to overtime.
Yeah.
So for 4 quarters, it was equal work. They went do a 1-1 series. They didn't score. They lose. So.
Let me see if I can turn my mic up a little bit. Somebody said my volume's low.
Yeah, but I got to watch it, and it was with basically all Michigan fans. And, of course, they try to take jabs at my team right after they win. Like, okay, what's that to me, really? They didn't beat me or beat, my team. But it was still funny because I had to remind them that in the long, prestigious history of Michigan football, that the last time that they won a outright championship was in 1947. And they shared one in 97. And because of that share is why they started the BCS and having the BCS championship game. And so I had to remind them this is the first time that they've played in a championship game.
Is that any better, y'all? Can you hear me better? Sports is the one thing that is, it's what have you done for me lately though?
Right.
But it's fun. It's all good. Hey, you definitely can't win it every year, and it's good to keep rivalries alive and things like that for other teams to win some. It's just I know how bad it sucks when your most hated team wins, and for a lot of people, I know Michigan is that, and a lot of people Alabama is that. There's Josh, go blue, right? Yeah, it's a big win for them. I do think that whoever ends up winning the Texas and Washington game, which was a tie game when I came in here, I think whoever wins that game is going to get their tail whipped by double digits, 10 to 14 points. I think. I could be wrong, but I think Alabama and Michigan are both big physical football teams, and when it comes right down to it, that's what football is all about. Literally.
Well, I will say that though, Michael Penix, the quarterback for Washington, he used to play for Indiana, and Indiana's Indiana, but he played out of his mind and always has. He's had a couple big injuries that's kept him around, I think 6 years or something now. But the difference for him is he didn't have a good supporting cast, but he's got one now. So, I mean, they're having to play out of their minds right now, but it is a tie ball game. And both.
Josh, how do you figure? Aren't you a Michigan fan?
I think they see the teams really good for who they picked. And they've played like it. I mean, 21-21 at halftime, and then, an overtime game for Michigan and Alabama. So,
yeah.
And Florida State absolutely showed why they weren't picked to be in the playoffs. And Georgia might have possibly deserved to be there instead of Texas, Washington,
Yeah. I think, the first two games of this really shows that the committee got it right.
Right. Well, to me, the best of the undefeateds was picked to be in the playoffs. That was Michigan. They are the best one of the undefeateds. But to me, the best of the one-loss teams was not there, and that was Georgia.
I think they lost the best team overall. I think Georgia would have won the whole thing.
Yep, and I thought they would. I didn't think that they wouldn't make it. How do you deny back-to-back champions with one loss in 3 years a chance to play in the playoffs again, defend their crown, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was odd. It was.
It was terrible. But, we'll get back to sports later on. Let's move on to, Happy New Year, everybody. Hopefully we can, get this little lightning tiger mess straightened out, get him locked up where he needs to be, where he needs to be, and we can move on to something else, more significant and more fun and better off to do this coming year. Now, I was digging through some old photos, and I wasn't looking for anything pertaining to him, but I actually came upon something that does pertain to him. I thought I'd lost it. I'd mentioned it before, and I couldn't find the photos. And it was of his discharge papers when he was discharged from the hospital. When he was picked up by the law and taken to the hospital in Louisville, Kentucky, on his last run.
You know what's funny is I was going through my videos, about that one that you was asking me about earlier and a few others. And I come across a clip from the stand when you had picked Ernie up and he was still wearing his hospital shirt and everything. And you guys were talking and he's sitting there blowing smoke up your ass talking about, yeah, I did learn that once I get in that area that I can trigger. It's a trigger point. So I know what to do and I know to identify it, some bullshit like that. But it was literally around that time.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was in June of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
But here you go. I mean, well, let's just go over the screen share here. And I blacked out his name for the most part and the doctor's name. But you'll be able to see and tell who it is because of who he is. It's easy to see all the SEC dick riding page. Josh, the SEC is clearly the best conference in football. Without a doubt. Georgia would have smeared Michigan. It's hard to beat a team over and over and over again like Alabama. And Georgia beat them twice in a row, and then Alabama slips up and gets them there in that last game. Come on, man. I thought you was a little bit more educated when it came to sports than that. I see you're blinded by your big blue madness, whatever. At least when my team loses, I can say, hey, it's because the other team was better, not because nobody's doing no SEC dick riding. God, goodness gracious, buddy.
See, that's the thing, man. I don't care about the conference. Winning it, yes. Is it a big deal? No. Because, I mean, the best team in our conference besides us is Michigan.
Yeah.
And depending on the year, it can go either way most of the time, unless they're sucking it up with Brady Hoke or something. But, yeah, man, I mean, to me, it's just Ohio State versus the world. I don't care. I have no loyalty or pull for anybody. I don't sit here, chanting the conference. No.
Josh, I hope I'm wrong about next week, because if I'm wrong and Michigan does lose, man, it's going to be bad for you. Being the best speaks for itself. It sure does, Josh. Until you hoist that trophy, I'd dial it down just a little bit. You ain't won shit yet, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Act like you've been there before. Oh, that's right.
You haven't.
Oh, all right. Here we go. Your visit summary, and this shows the doctor's name. Just kind of, and it's U of L hospital. All right. Yeah, goodness. I don't know why it does me this way. There we go. All right. Down there at the bottom, I'm going to blow this up so you see. Can you tell whose name that might be? Yeah, I mean, I blacked it out for, so it don't dox anybody, right, Sleazy? I know you're in your feelings, Josh. I understand. Celebrate away, buddy. It's, I would be too. But anyway, there you go. Bottom left-hand corner. All right, we know who that is. Now, this is discharge papers, y'all. Now, why would they be telling him how to get ahead of sepsis? Well, I'll tell you why. Because he was filthy. He stunk. He was dirty, stained up. Practice good hygiene, Skern. Yep. So there's your here you go. Here's the first page. There's the doctor's name up there. Now look here. Y'all can Google this if somebody wanted to Google this and let me know what you find for Healing Place for Men that's located at 1020 West Market Street in Louisville, Kentucky. Tell me what that pops up for you.
Oh, well, I know you didn't say Louisville, right? So I'm kidding. You said Louisville. I'm like, man, you get banished in Kentucky for saying it that way.
For saying Louisville?
Yeah, I like that. I'm making fun of how people pronounce it, bro.
Oh, hush. You ain't from Kentucky. You don't know.
Louisville. That's how they do it.
As long as you don't put an S in it and say Louisville. All right.
Yeah, that's a bad move.
So here we go with the 44-year-old man. Well, he's 43 this time, but your primary care provider. No primary care provider. So we don't have no primary doctor to follow up
with.
Yeah. Let's see.
I had to break out my old man eyeballs.
Yeah. If you do not have a primary care provider, we can provide a list of clinics. If no medications are listed here, you do not have to have, you did not have any recorded medications as part of your stay, and your provider has not prescribed any new medications as part of your discharge. So, it gets good on here. Now, looky here. Now, this is his discharge papers, y'all. I'm getting to the diagnosis. Was it on the former page?
I think so.
Finding treatment for addiction. See how big that is? See how big that is, Ernie? This is your discharge papers. Now, they don't give these addiction discharge papers to just anybody, Ern. Addiction is a complex disease of the brain that causes an uncontrollable, compulsive need for a substance. That includes alcohol, illegal drugs, or prescription medicines such as painkillers, an activity or behavior such as gambling or shopping. What's that?
You don't know what that is?
It's a VHS tape, but it's not got anything marking it or anything.
I'm just shocked that we still have one.
Oh.
Do you remember this picture?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
You're fine. Addiction changes the way your brain works. Because of this change, the need for medicine, drug, or activity can become so strong that you think about it all the time. Do you, Ern? Getting more and more of your addiction becomes the most important thing to you. Is that right, Ern?
Mm-hmm.
You may find yourself leaving other activities and relationships to pursue your addiction. You can become physically dependent on a substance. Your health, behavior, emotions, and relationships can change for the worse. How do I know if I need treatment for addiction? Addiction is a progressive disease. Without treatment, addiction can get worse. Living with addiction puts you on higher risk for injury, poor health, loss of employment, loss of money, and even death. You might need treatment for addiction if you have tried to stop or cut down, but have not succeeded. And let me just stop right here for a second. You don't get these addiction papers for being addicted to Mountain Dew.
Right.
You
get a headache on caffeine, so that's it.
Right. You find it annoying that your friends and family are concerned about your use or behavior. Yeah, you do, don't you, Ernie? You feel guilty about your use or behavior. You used to, didn't you, Ern? You need a particular substance or activity to start your day or to calm down. Starting to hit home a little bit, Ern? I know you're watching. Go ahead and read that. I have it covered up.
Says he either tests positive for something or he told them. That's the only reason they gave him those. They don't just hand those out to everyone, which is true.
Exactly. That's right. You are running out of money because of your addiction. You have done something illegal to support your addiction. Your addiction has caused you health problems, trouble in school, work, home, or with the police. to devote all your time to your addiction and not to other responsibilities, to lie in order to hide your problem. What types of treatment are available?
I mean, I can say this absolutely for sure. Me being a counselor at a treatment center in Knoxville for the few years that I did, writing many treatment plans, there is no way you put shit in the treatment plan that does not pertain to the client, the patient, whatever you want to call them. There's no way. So like Raylan said, they ain't gonna just drop this in there and be like, okay, maybe this will help improve your life too. We're just guessing. They don't do that.
Yep. There may be options for treatment programs and plans based on your addiction, condition, needs, and preferences. No single treatment is right for everyone. Treatment. Did anybody Google that yet? I'll Google it here in a minute. I'll share a screen with y'all. Treatment programs can be outpatient. You live at home and go to work, school, but you have go to a clinic for treatment. Inpatient. You live and sleep at the program facility during treatment.
What did you want Googled?
Huh?
What did you want Googled?
It was the name of that facility they suggested.
Oh,
It's on the
okay.
other page. I'll get it in a minute. Can we go ahead and grab it for you real quick?
Yeah, I was going to Google it.
Let's see. It is Healing Place for Men, and it's located at 1020 West Market Street.
1020 West Market.
Louisville, Loserville.
And that's Ohio, right? I'm just kidding.
Kentucky. This is telling you right down here where to find support, Ernie. Your healthcare provider can find you the right treatment. And the right treatment is what Kemper's looking up. This is exactly where they told you to go. And here you go. Check out these symptoms he had, y'all. Jaw pain, back pain, anxiety. Let's see. Trying to find a diagnosis page. Tell me that ain't the only one I left off. I have to go put on my glasses and send that one in.
Man, it's a 5-star rated. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. There you go. I'm sorry. Diagnosis. There it is. First page. Your diagnosis. Other stimulant dependence with stimulant-induced psychotic disorder. Unspecified. Stimulant-induced psychotic disorder. They're not saying that you have schizophrenia and that it kicks in. No, they're saying it's stimulant-induced, Ernie. When you get high on meth and you test positive for something, when you go and get put in the hospital, this is what you get. This is what you get. And this was when you were at my house. And I said, just call the hospital, Ernie. Have them email you something saying you were clean. You said they told you they couldn't do that. And asked me to make you a blood screen, right?
And they're open 24 hours. So, yeah, there's no reason why he shouldn't have done that. And plus, he was hooked up with a doctor that E Squared helped him locate, get on board with. He had every available option. In this place, it's a homeless shelter that helps people with their addictions. Inpatient, outpatient, all kinds of programs.
It won't let me open that. Let's see.
Let me pull it back up.
Let me go and see if I can.
It comes right up. They got their own little info box on Google. Let me see here.
It's a detox.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, now, why would he go to a detox center if he wasn't detoxing from something? And they told him he needed to check in within the next 2 to 3 days.
Well, they have a detox. They have inpatient. They have outpatient. Like they've got all those programs in that one building. That sounds a lot like the kind I worked for in Knoxville, because we did the same thing. A lot of times we take them straight from detox over into the residential, and they would stay 21 to 28 days, just depending on what grant they qualified for that would pay their way. So, like I said, this place, I mean, it's a homeless shelter. They're not going to be requiring a lot of stuff that most homeless people don't have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to help it. So,
can you see that on screen?
yes, I can. That's the one I'm looking at right now on my phone. Yep.
All right, this is where they sent you, Ern. The Healing Place. Healing Place is open to individuals of all backgrounds. Give us a call to get help now. Services offered: detox, residential recovery program, outpatient services, veterans program, overnight shelter. Man, they tried to help you, Ern. Tried to help you. Now, that night I went in the middle of the night. Me, Thelma, a couple of my kids, and E Squared. Went looking for your car in Louisville and found it. And you were in the hospital there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the anal stretcher night?
It is.
Thought it was.
Certainly is. Now what you got to say for yourself? Here, I'll throw that up there for you, Josh. Go Blue.
Very glad I'm at sport, because I usually block people over that kind of shit, Josh. Just saying.
Hey, enjoy your win, buddy. I don't blame you.
I ain't going to hate on that. I still think your team sucks, but yeah, enjoy it, bro.
Yeah, enjoy your win. Enjoy your win. Texas Kim, member for 1 month. My new fam, love my new fam, and love Mrs. Thelma. Thank you very much, Texas Kim. So now we are open for discussion. I want to drop this share screen there and going to pay a little attention to the chat. I'm sorry I've been missing a little bit of it. Been looking at the documents, and I just wanted to show you all, you know, this guy been running around the line saying he don't do drugs. He's not addicted to anything. And he blames his poor health on a rare blood disease. No, Ernie, no. Your poor health is based on your poor decisions.
All the while, he's got a brain chip and werewolf blood, too.
Oh, yeah, man. Have you been watching any of this stuff the last couple of days with him on Team Rose's panel?
No, I haven't watched him doing anything on Team Rose.
Holy moly, dude. And she's eating it up, dude. He's setting her up to be a big donor, you know? And she is eating it up.
Oh, yeah, and see, that's the thing, man. I told you, she's all about that super soldier program.
Yeah, she is.
She was all about Max. What's his last name?
She brought him up today. Max Spears. She brought him up today.
Yep. And she always thought that Ernie was Max Spears 2.0. She always has.
Nana's going to send you the links to him being on her panel and stuff. It's
okay.
pretty wild, man. Like, it's nothing you've never heard before, but to hear her sitting there eating it up, you know, he was kidnapped when he was 3 years old. Him and Shelby, they were found in Atlanta, you know, in the tunnels, and rescued by LE. It's just crazy, dude. It's just crazy. Curious idea, yeah. I mean, Rose is an all right lady. I think she's really just not disturbed, confused a lot of times, you know. And she can attack me if she wants to. I really don't care, but she's being taken advantage of, and yeah, she's a little out there.
Oh, she's absolutely.
Hey, Gray.
Absolutely, she is.
Yeah,
I told you that the other day when I heard him pandering to her when he was on his own. I think, yeah. I was like, this motherfucker's going to try to use her now.
He is. You're right, Pink Warrior. Fishing for her wallet. He's going for her wallet. Hey, Revy Guns. He's Chevrolet. But yeah, he's wanting her money, and she's always had a little thing for Ernie.
She's the one that won the whole bid on the hat. If people don't remember, she's the one that when he had the auction for his hat that he's got again, he's wearing because she didn't want it.
Yeah.
He never sent it to her because she didn't want it. I heard her say that a couple times, but she's the one that won that. I'm going to say it was like $800 or something.
Too much. Whatever it was, yeah. Too much.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll say this. He's shown the picture of the autograph from Paul Hogan in the hat. Dude, that's stitched into it. That's not a real autograph.
Yeah.
But he's wanting to say it's worth so much because of that autograph. He's fucking stupid. That's like saying that your fucking Air Jordans, because it's got Jordan's signature on there somewhere, makes it a bigger deal. It was created like that, dumbass.
Yeah.
But she's the same one that bid on that hat, won the bid, didn't want the hat, just gave him whatever it was, the amount. And here he is again. He knows he could use her, and he is. Make no doubt about that.
Yeah, he was under the influence last night, Tam. The Den, member for 9 months. I love my Stan family. We love you too, Luna. L. Kennedy, he sure is. He's seeing money signs, sadly. That's what he's doing, you know. If Ernie has Hep C, that would explain the sepsis instructions included in his discharge paperwork. It certainly would. I mean, you can look at Ernie and see that he's jaundiced. I mean, he's not dark skinned anymore, like he claims.
Yeah.
Now he used to be. He really did.
Well, everybody said he looked like he was like Spanish or Mexican, whatever.
Yeah, his skin has a yellow tone. Like you can see the jaundice in his skin. He's really sick.
Yeah. And it's not always been like that. Like it was just a year ago he wasn't that bad.
Yeah. And I heard that I was on somebody's panel and said, "Oh, so Jimbo, so now I'm dying." Right. Okay, I see how it is. Dude, yeah. You literally sat on a panel about 3 or 4 days ago, well, maybe it was a week ago, and said these words. I'm dying. I can't stop it, y'all. I'm dying. Those are your words, dude. So, yeah, you are dying, Ernie. Hey, Kim Louise, how are you? Massive floods. Oh, no. Stay safe, my friend. Yeah, liver problem. Team Rose won the hat. She was mad for a while when she didn't get it, but because she knew she wasn't getting it, she talked herself into thinking it's okay. Denial. She told Ernie then to keep it. Yeah, that's what happened. Well, hello, Truth Hurts. Her part said sorry, but Team Rose is either extremely naive or knows what's up and is trying to get info out of Ernie because he's 100% a predator. She's not trying to get no info out of him. But she does know who he is and what he's all about. Like Team Rose ain't no investigator.
I was going to say, but what I've got pinned right now, that's what I remember is her talking. I don't know if she said spirits or whatever, but yeah, it was about basically the vibe that comes with the hat. She didn't want it. And yeah, that's what I remember her saying. But it could have led, I mean, what you just read off a minute ago about how she just got aggravated and talked herself into saying it was okay. That's very possible too. That could have been the reason why she said it had evil spirits or whatever.
Well, there was a little controversy that went along with the whole stale or thing of it anyway, because Tina claimed it wasn't even his.
Yeah.
It belonged to one of her children.
Yep. Something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was, I can't remember the kid's name now, but yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter.
I remember the pictures early on with the kid wearing the hat.
Yeah. So he's literally wearing a little kid's hat, pretending that he got it autographed by Paul Hogan when he bumped into him in Times Square. No, he didn't. You dumbass. He paid $600, or she paid $600 for the hat. That's cool. It's too much. I mean, $100 is too much for that sweaty ass piece of shit.
Yeah, you gotta ask yourself, how many
this guy watching. Yeah,
I was gonna say, how many nights you reckon he slept in his car, sweating his ass off with that hat on his head,
right?
Or trying to play a part like he was some badass, walking around in the middle of summertime with that bitch on, you know, like at the park,
yeah,
at the city park, you know, that kind of shit. And he don't bathe, so you put all that into the equation. Yeah, I guarantee you that hat's probably got that Hep C now. I guarantee it.
Paige, let me try to understand this. Jimbo, do you think that would actually work when Ernie does not want to be sober? Because I don't think it would work. He would go back into the same situation that had him hooked. Yeah, I don't think he's going to give up any of his habits. I really don't. I'm with you. I don't think he's going to ever give up any of his habits. And he's got many addictions. One of them is obviously some kind of illegal substance. Another is YouTube or social media.
And very, I was going to say, and some very perverse sexual things going on too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, dude, listen.
Suitcase of dildos. I mean,
and all he ever thinks about is little kids, man. And you know, listen, it's been proven that you're not an actual predator hunter. That's been proven, dude. So what is it again you do besides talk about kids all the time? Because you're not getting any results. Do you remember Alex that was on the channel 3 nights ago? I
was actually listening to one of his videos on the way home from work.
Yeah, every one of them's good, right?
Yep. Well, the 3 that I've seen were really good.
Yeah.
And I think he does it too, because I mean, it don't matter the way that Alex does it. It don't matter the state. He's going to get them. He's going to get them to admit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things, whatever. You know what I mean? That will get them pinned in any state. See, that's the difference between real and fake.
Yep.
Ernie, with all his training and all of his experience, 20 years, blah, blah, blah. He couldn't even do that. He gave up and went to just straight scamming on YouTube. He's going to talk to people about trafficking. He's going to show them the area awareness, the situational awareness, and the general awareness. You know?
Revy, I think so. More like predator on the hunt, if you ask me. I agree with that. And he tries to convince people all the time that everybody else is a predator. Everybody's a predator, right, Ernie? Except you. His shirt was like mad, fold in back of the magazine on roses. It looked like it had said Predator Nation, LOL. Oh, yeah. But you know, like he sat there forever trying to convince Rose that I was grooming his son by giving him a Rottweiler. What makes you think I'm grooming him, Ernie? I haven't even talked to him. I talked to his mama. the adult, even though he's an adult now. He's 18. He'll be 19 his next birthday. Did you even know that, Ernie? Your son's going to be 19. But he ain't being groomed. No, I was just trying to do something nice for him because you never have.
That would explain why he tries to say that he was with him until 2020, because that would put him almost at 18. So he could say he was there until he was 18. You know what I mean? Those little word games and implications he tries to throw in there.
Yeah, he wasn't there. He was, even in her own words, he lived in the area, but they weren't together. He did come over there when it's time to, go on vacation and spend money that didn't belong to him. But, Ernie, just because you're a piss poor dad don't make everybody a predator. Grow up, dude. Now, you can be jealous if you want to that I talked to your ex-wife. Go ahead. I mean, you call her names anyway, right? So what does it matter?
He has Purple Hearts. He still has active warrants and will have. They're not going to go away. He will, until arrested, he can start facing, where they can actually give him a bond. He has turned himself in since he was indicted by the grand jury. He was supposed to show up January 13th last year and get this process started. He would already be dealing with it if he would have just showed up. He'd have been dealing with it by summer, getting it behind him. But no, he wants it to linger. So until he decides or somebody arrest him, then that's going to be the game for him. It's what he wants.
Yeah, well, he's got warrants in New York because he didn't show up for court there either. A little birdie told me that there are charges coming in 2024 to a state called Tennessee. Uh-oh. Ain't that where you think you're going to be a bounty hunter at, homeboy? Ain't that where Plana and Lander live? You're in trouble, homie. Every state you go to and you say you're in that state and then you threaten somebody's life, do you know you're opening yourself up for a warrant in that state? Did I just say that? Yes, I did. So if you're one of those ones who he's threatened, I am. All you got to do is go to that state, let them know, hey, Ernie Shell lives here, staying here, and he's threatening me via communications. That's a warrant, Ern.
That's what he's in trouble for in Floyd County, and has a no contact order for the people he was doing that to.
Yep. Air Force USA stopping by to say hello all. Jimbo Kemper and Stan family working a huge weather event right now, but we'll be listening. Goodness gracious. This guy sent me a little weather model and has got me scared to death now. He's got my blood pressure up. We got snow headed this way in the next week, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But I do appreciate you letting me know about that, Air Force. But, you Northerners, and I'm including you in that, Kemper, you can keep that weather up north.
Purple Hearts, Ernie was living in Newport, Tennessee, whenever she went missing. Ernie
How far is that from Beach Creek? Kemper, do you know?
Not sure. You got to tell me where Beach Creek is.
I'm assuming that's where
Hawkins County,
where Summer's at, right?
Okay, so it's going to be more like 30 minutes. And they had been bouncing around doing their little predator stings. They were doing that a lot until she went missing, and then it became they were going to find her, and all the grifting just shifted toward that whole narrative. That's when he started with Dawn and Candace and all that shit. But I do know that for a fact because, well, shit, it's been almost 3 years of me dealing with this asshole. And February be 3 years. And I want to say it was between April and June when they were doing all of their predator stings.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, that I was trolling them at the time. You know what I mean? Like, it was part of my hobby, I guess. But yeah, they had been in Gatlinburg the day that she went missing, and it wasn't like one of Ernie's games about, oh, where am I? This is before any of that really started. But they had been in Gatlinburg, and then after she went missing, I think later they had gone over to Cody Huskins, and he lives either in Hawkins County or right next to it. But I know that Cody and Dalton and all of them live in East Tennessee right there in the mountains. But there for a while, we suspected that they may have had something to do with it. And I mean, I can't 100% discount it, but at the same time, like that was one of the things I was looking at hard over, with Ernie trying to find something illegal to get his ass fucking flipped for.
Yeah.
I mean, that, him being in Washington, D.C. at the Capitol, when all that shit went down. There were a few things that we really looked into, and Summer was one because before she went missing, we'd always said, Ernie's one of them type of people that to prove that he saved a kid, he's going to kidnap a kid. Because he's not going to be able to save a kid. Like, he's just dumb. Like, dude has no sense about him. So that's how he's going to have to do it. You know what I mean? So that, or, what kind of front for a human trafficker do you have? Playing like they're a bounty hunter, moonlighting as a trafficker. You get pulled over with some of the kids. Oh, I saved him over here, blah, blah, blah. You got a nice little story to try to push it away with. Like, yeah, we've looked at a lot of stuff with Ernie. And there's a few things just like, with the Ronnie King thing. We can't 100%. No, he didn't do it. I lean more toward him being involved in that than the Summer Wells thing, to be honest with you. Out of everything, because like I said, I was dealing with these fools at the time. They were calling my job and all that shit back then. So, what I've seen, that the Ronnie King thing and with Shelby, I think there's something there. There's just too much there. Like if Ernie was involved with Summer, I would be surprised. And I know I've said publicly that I thought he may have something to do with it. And looking more into it, there's not enough there for me to even think it.
I don't think so, and I don't know anything about the Summer Wells thing anyway. So we really don't try to talk about that too much over here because we never have covered it. I think enough people cover it and enough people try to exploit it that we just have skipped over it, and we kind of do that on purpose. I mean, I know it comes up with Ernie every now and then. He tries to insert himself into it whenever he needs money or needs that clout for that, because he says he had it figured out and they wanted him out. No,
yeah, that emotional push that
nobody
he
wants
gets.
him out of nothing. He's just full of shit.
Yeah.
We really don't know here. At least I don't. So the Summer Wells comments are we don't have any answers on that. So.
I do know that there were a couple of local children that had Amber Alerts and were missing, and they tried to do their thing with the posting of it on the Facebook and everything else like they do. But they sort of veered away from the whole thing of the missing kids. He wants to talk about how he has saved them. You don't see any kind of activity in his life that says he does it. You know what I mean? So he's an idiot. Like, he tries to put himself into everything. He tried to do that with Brian Laundrie and Gabby. He tried to do that with Kyle Rittenhouse, Summer. I can't remember their names, so I'm not going to try, but I know there were 2 other kids in that area that had gone missing, and they were sort of doing that thing about, like, they're going to go and look into it, and they were talking to people about this and that, you know, that kind of thing. So, yeah, that's just been their thing. It's just trying to insert themselves. I mean, Ernie was going to write a book and do a movie over the Ronnie King thing with his brother. And he told a lot of details to a lot of people. Details that Shelby didn't even have. So it's hard to veer away from that.
Yeah, but a lot of the details he's telling don't exist either. You know,
No,
like
what
details he claims that Shelby didn't have, like, you know, plucking eyeballs out, cutting off body parts and stuffing them in his mouth. Like, you've seen the crime scene photos. It's not true.
Right. No,
he said that he told Team Rose that today. Told her that body parts were cut off and stuffed in Ronnie King's mouth. That's lies.
Right. It didn't happen. No,
it's lies. Flat lies. And he's telling people shit like that. And he don't realize that it implicates him for reasons he shouldn't even be implicated.
He's doing that to water down.
And trying to buy clout. Do what?
He's always put out that extra shit, that dumb shit, just to have some extra stupid shit so nobody believes anything. You get what I'm saying? Like, he just waters down what the actual truth is. You throw so much misinformation out there that people don't even give a fuck. They don't even look into it because there's so much to do.
Thank you, Leslie.
You know?
Yeah, but that's really not our case. That's Humber Wells thing. So, yeah, we're not technically a true crime channel. I know a lot of the traffic we get has a lot to do with the true crime community, but other than Ernie's crimes,
Ernie's true crime, that's about it.
We really haven't covered much true crime, and there's a reason for that. We just I'm not even familiar with a lot of the true crime stuff. Like, people ask me a lot about things that did you hear about this? Or did you hear about that? What's that? You don't know who that is? No, I don't. What are you talking about? So, I don't mean to sound foolish, and I especially don't mean to sound like I don't care, because I do care. I mean, a family lost their child, one way or the other. Either she's gone forever or she's gone and, bad things have happened. So that's as far as I can go with it, though, because I'm not going to exploit that little girl or any other little girls or little boys for that matter.
It's sad that he chooses that to do this with. Yeah,
so many people do. Yep. But we will like promoting Alex and true predator hunters. I think that's a different thing. Like, he's catching actual criminals in the act. So that's a little bit different for me as far as true crime goes. But yeah. But we try not to stray off into that conversation because it can get so deep with so many different opinions, and so we just ask y'all respectfully that we keep our focus on what we know more about, and that is Ernie. We know that little nothing nugget inside and out, unfortunately. But and what even got us here talking about him tonight was or about the true crimes or him accusing people of things when he's out there doing things like like he didn't tell Team Rose, hey, because he brought up Pam Stidham. He didn't say, you know what, she accused me of touching her child, she accused me of touching her teenage girl. He left that out, Kemper. He didn't say one word about it.
What did he tell her about Pam?
That she, the laptop found was hers. That anybody could have put those documents on a laptop.
Yeah, another fucking outlandish lie.
Yeah.
He's sad.
Hey, kind of grizzly. Alex is great. I've been watching him since pretty much the beginning. That's awesome. I'm a new fan, but we definitely have been catching up on some of his stuff. And he's a phenomenal creator. And as far as what he does in real life, man, there's not a whole lot of people that can do that, especially not on the level he does. What is, baby?
Hey, I just heard my name. I was just wondering what was going on.
You heard your name?
Thought I did.
I didn't hear.
Not in a while. Somebody said something about you a while ago.
Everybody say hello in my little mouth.
What'd you say? Get louder, they hear you.
Tell them I said I love them all.
She loved
Happy
you
New
all.
Year's.
Happy New Year from Miss Thelma.
And I pray the monster.
Yeah.
You said about the monster? Which monster? Bodie?
No, the living room.
Oh, the monster. The living room's a monster. She took down the tree today.
Yeah, but my problem is I had a project and I started it and I shouldn't have.
See, I don't coach basketball anymore, but I still get messages from team parents.
Mm-hmm. Because they need to talk to somebody that cares.
Right.
Obviously, that coach over there don't.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. The guy did some more stuff. Just ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, I'm digging Alex's channel, to be honest.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I've only put in like 3 hours of time into it so far, but it's been some good stuff, man. And like I said, I like how thorough he is, because when he confronts these people, I believe that his intention is every bit to make sure that they are arrested. I really believe that, just the way he talks to them and what he's trying to get out of them when he does talk to them. Because they're in a state of mind right at that point. It's about survival. So they think of, somebody's just not bashing them into the concrete or whatever, then, maybe they can work this angle or that angle. And so they try, and he gets them to say what he needs. So there is an arrest, there is charges, there is a conviction, and they can no longer have any victims. And that is ultimate goal, is no victims.
Well, we never got to see Ernie in the presence of law enforcement. But one of the tricks that I love that Alex and his team does, and they do it, you'll see it many times if you watch. When law enforcement shows up, he was, hey, we're here. We called you. This guy's got some stuff on his phone, but he's agreed to delete it. Haven't you? And then the guy goes, yeah, I'm deleting all of it.
Yep.
Like, yes, sir. You busted me. Here you go. It's awesome. So admit it right in front of LE. I mean, you can't take it. You can't walk that back.
Nope.
So, he
like
gets good, man.
That's what I really like, because I see him working. I'm like, yeah, he's going to get this guy too. And this guy's going to end up popping off with a few things that's going to sound really bad in court, because that's where he's going. He's not going to be, oh, you shouldn't do that, and just send him home. That don't happen with Alex.
Yeah. Greg, we have LE in our Discord, and I don't know if he's been in here or not tonight, Blue and Black, but he commented on Ernie's body cam and said, have you seen what he said about Ernie's body cam? The picture they showed of it Discord yet, Kemper?
No, I haven't. I haven't been in Discord. I'm trying to charge my phone.
He named a brand and said, that's top of the line or whatever. And then he said, what Ernie's got is something like you play with or find in the children's toy box or something like that. It's pretty much
right.
joke. Ernie's got a little toy there where, ain't no body cam, bro. Come on, Ern.
Well, I mean, this is the same guy that had a badge from a online costume shop. And he tried to put it out there acting like he had some kind of authority. He did this for damn near a year. I know you remember it, because when he flashed it the first time, we were like, what the fuck is this? And we took it and put it on Google, and next thing you know, we could see it for sale. Like, what the hell? So, yeah, he's going to try anything. Like when he got his dash cam, you remember that?
Yep.
I was going to say, I've got that screenshotted. I know. I've seen it today. I think he was in front of the Welcome to Pennsylvania sign. He was headed to leases or headed out of leases or something.
You can buy a body cam on Amazon, by the way.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of YouTubers that use them. Creators.
$100, $119 for that one.
So it's not a big deal that he's got a fucking camera.
Yeah.
Like, he can have all the shit that don't make him anything. Like his daddy said, he's always trying to be something he's not. And that's a fact. See, Ernie don't realize when I gave him that chance to go do the treatment and all that shit, there's a lot of people who quit being friends with me over it. People that
quit being friends over the fist bump.
Oh yeah, oh I know,
Yeah.
I know.
You know,
Like it's been stupid, and fuck him. That's all I can say. Like he can sit there and threaten you. He's going to end you. He can threaten me. I'm going to be on a live stream with my ass beat, whatever. But he is going to prison. That I will promise. He is going to go to prison. Whether or not he gets to end you or whoop my ass on a live stream before then, I don't know. He won't show up, so who knows?
Yeah.
But he is going to go to prison. No doubt about it.
Alex has inspired me, y'all. We are going to expand the stand on Rumble first, and then probably on locals too. I don't know anything about locals yet, but if it gets to that point, we will. I may go ahead and build the locals community or whatever, and see what it's all about. I don't know anything about it, but I've been doing a little bit of the Rumble stuff. I've uploaded 2 videos now, and I don't have the link yet. I guess I could figure out how to get that link and bring that and drop it in, but I will eventually, just in case, you never know. But we do intend on branching out a little bit, and you can live stream there. Just don't know how yet. I don't know anything about the
multi-streaming and all.
But yeah. Because it's not a thing you can do on StreamYard, so I'd have to figure out how to do that.
Monmouth too. He told Team Rose his dad was a coal mining government assigned. He's tried to say a few different times that his dad worked for the government, and that's how he gets his super soldier status, is because his dad worked for the government, and therefore they worked on him and did experiments and all this shit, and and he's tried to imply that he is like,
Well, he also said his dad was in the mafia.
Oh yeah, that too.
Government protected, mafia protected. I mean, this guy, for a little coal miner out of Everett, Kentucky, is just the bomb diggity, right?
See, as far as I can remember, and thinking back, Ernie really started with this whole thing about his secret government status and his dad's secret government status around the same time he got in trouble when he ran around saying that he worked for Department of Homeland Security. It was around the same fucking time.
Yeah.
That's when it really ramped up. And of course, that attracted Tina's crazy ass. She's all about that shit. Met him on Facebook, and next thing you know, him being a ranger at Anarchista, bounty hunter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is
even then he didn't work there, but like 1 or 2 weeks.
Right. Dude, I don't think he's ever worked out the probation period on any job, to be honest with you.
Well, at the Hay House, he was there long enough to get jiggy with some of the inmates.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But besides that, you really don't know of him working out any kind of job. It's been a scam. Mask maker and bounty hunter and all that kind of shit. Security guard, yeah. He has gone and worked a few weeks here, a few weeks there, different assignments for different companies, but he's not had more than 3 that I know of.
Yeah, hang on a second. Azazin, Nicolina's in YouTube jail. She's been going live from Rap's channel when she does. She's been in chats every day. But yeah, she's in YouTube jail, so she won't be going live from her channel until they free the chains, which they've been lifting the YouTube chains a little earlier for most people than the given sentences.
Yeah,
so maybe she'll be back soon. But yeah, Ernie's he's not a guy who's going to sit and hold down a job because he thinks he's his own boss. He thinks he should be.
Yeah, he's entitled to just running around playing a role and having everything paid for because he told a story. So that's really what it comes down to. Everything he does is to tell a story. What you see of that story is up to him, and he will twist everything. And if something that he can't control happens, he will stick to a story, but he'll manipulate a certain part of it. He'll add a part that will adopt that bullshit. Like, that's all he's ever done. And most people call that gaslighting. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what that is. No, honestly, Purple Hearts, I think that he should spend out his natural life in solitary. Personally, I think that would be the best punishment for Ernie. Because there would be no one that he could possibly manipulate or get over on or anything like that. And believe me, with Ernie being that power bottom, ask Phil and the boys. Yeah, with him being like that, he'll try to manipulate. He'll be somebody's bitch, but he'll do it for a reason. Fuck him being able to have an angle. I want him to see a tray go through a door and that's it. And only if he has to go to court for anything, he gets out. Because, really, that's his thing. If he don't have people where he can twist, manipulate, use, whatever, what's he got at that point? He goes live because of the people, the company. It don't matter. He don't care. The hate, the love, bring it. That's the way he is. So being able to talk to people, that's just too much. I haven't seen anything worthy of capital punishment, but I don't think I've seen it all yet. Because I really think his brother deserved that. He just wasn't, he didn't have enough IQ points to be able to sit in a chair or get a lethal injection or whatever. I don't know what they have in Kentucky, but yeah. That's just my personal opinion, though. And I personally, I don't even care to really communicate with him when he gets there. I know I tease about it, but why? We said a long time ago what was going to happen. And it's on its way. He's not going to be able to escape that. He's done too much dumb shit for him to not go to prison. At least for 18 months. But I guarantee he's going to get more than 18. But he's going to spend some time. I can't wait. And I can't wait to see the onslaught of people that come out and tell about what he's done to them. I mean, you're talking about the same guy that, you know, called CPS on his own sister when he was living with her, using her, being a douchebag piece of shit. You know, same guy that, even though it was asked, don't go to Mac's funeral. We don't want you there. He don't want you there. Then you show up and then you get cops called. I mean, that's sad, dude. That's sad. You good?
Yeah, we got. I don't know if they want me to know or anybody know or not, but we have a subscriber in the hospital with some bleeding going on. So.
Oh, okay.
They're absent from chat tonight. And they were letting me know, you know, sorry, but no, Lord, don't be sorry. You know, if you're listening, we're praying and sending love and prayers for sure.
No, I didn't see that, Gray. Sure didn't. You said it's on Tiger Lori's channel?
I think they might put out some stuff on her channel as testers sometimes because they know that, you know, it's only got a few hundred subscribers and nobody ever views anything on there to see what it looks like. And then maybe then, hey, let's, you know, move it mainstream, you know, bring it up like the, you know, putting in a B-teamer, you know, hey, B-teamer, we're calling you up here. Tiger Lori's kind of the Tiger joke. You know, when Ernie was here, man, he used to make fun of her all the time, like making fun of the way she spelled things. And he said, man, this one will do anything I want, bro. Watch. And he would like master her ass all the time, bro. Like he treated her like an absolute joke. And she is. Like everything he said she would do and predicted she would do, she did it. Right now. I mean, everything.
Right.
Kind of funny to watch.
Yeah.
For a grown-ass woman with grown-ass kids to act that way over a grown-ass man who acts like a grown-ass kid.
Yeah.
I don't know if they want me to tell that girl 77. Oh my goodness, hang on here.
Yeah, it sucks that Nick's in jail. Probably a crybaby bitch. That's what it's been with most of us. But I haven't seen jail yet, thank God. Might soon, though. You never know. Never motherfucking know. Did you hear him on Team Rose educating people on ICD codes? LOL. They are all so dumb. Yep. Ernie's got bullshit for days. He'll probably repeat himself on most of it, but he's got it for days. He'll bring it. Give him a good fucking gram of meth, maybe, something like that. And, yeah, he's good for it. At least 3 to 4 days is usually his go-to number.
Well, as long as I've known him, he's acted like he's an expert in everything. He told me he was an electrician. He's not an electrician. He told me he's a carpenter. He's not a carpenter. He told me he was a black belt in Jeet Kune Do. He told me he's a red sash or red belt in ninjutsu. I've seen him train. I've trained in the gym where he was at. I grappled with him once, and it was like grappling a little kid, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I mean, I submitted him over and over and over with ease. Like, that's why I know he would never show up to fight me. He knows if he gets close enough to hit me, and all I gotta do is put my arms on him, there's no fight left because he can't hurt me. Hell, he can't hurt nobody.
Right.
You know?
I mean, honestly, the only thing good for Ernie, the thing that would fix Ernie is an exorcism or something. Because he is evil to the core. If it's something inside him, then so be it. But that's his problem. So there's not really any praying for Ernie. It's praying for the people that are around Ernie, that he has contact with. That's who needs the prayers. Because I don't see, praying, can you get Ernie an exorcism? Because that's really what's the only thing that's going to fix him. Period. Just saying. He is definitely evil to the core. Any person that does his family the way he does, not counting everybody else's families. And believe me, he's called CPL many people, not just his sister. Ernie has been a true menace and danger to society. Not in an intimidating way, in his sneaky way. In his nobody knows because I've kept it quiet, nobody knows. Until somebody speaks up and then you find out he's been extorting somebody. So they wouldn't say anything. Or blackmailing them. Which I believe was his and Eric Rush's game. Was extortion / blackmail. And I've talked to many people that can confirm that he's done that or something like that with them. That's why he got in trouble in Floyd County. That's why last summer he had to show up there. Then he come out and he goes, they didn't even show up. All the charges were dropped. No. It was agreed that you wouldn't be charged and they wouldn't go through with it if you just leave them the fuck alone. So, a no contact order was put in place. No charges will come as long as you don't fuck with them. You do, and the charges come back. But that's the kind of shit you do, Ernie. That's why you're a danger, bitch. The only thing you're smart about is not getting around any of us. Because you know that would be the last time you were a free man. You won't show up to whoop nobody, to end somebody. You won't. You won't show up to press no charges, to put anybody in jail anywhere for anything. You're not going to be able to work with anybody like you've been trying to insinuate on a government level. No, not with felony warrants. You will not be. None of us are that stupid. So tell Mama T and Tiger Lori. Because even though they know it's not true, they're going to back you. Yeah, narcissistic times it can be. I mean, Jimbo, he said for a long time he'd never seen Ernie use drugs or any signs of him using drugs. But then you look at other things that were happening away from what Jimbo was being shown. It's a different Ernie. You know? So, yeah, there's drug addicts can be very, very manipulating. That's how they live their life. Susie Q, if he can plant his lips on their ass really quick, then he might have a chance. Otherwise, you're right. He's going to come up on the wrong person one day and they're going to let him know. But that's his MO. Like I remember when Jamie showed up down there. Ernie and Tina and them were talking mad shit. That song changed when Jamie got down there. Now they became friends. But like I said, that's what they did. Oh, you're a good guy. Blah, blah, blah. You misunderstood us. Nobody's that dumb. Yep. Tennessee. Yeah. I agree. One can pray for Ernie all they want, but he has to make changes and pay for what he's already done. He don't like accountability. Literally, anything bad that happens to him, it's somebody else's fault. Even his sickness, it's a fucking rare blood disease, right? It's not, hey man, I've got some issues because I haven't been taking care of myself and I've been doing drugs with some issues with either Hep C or herpes or both. You know? But it's a rare blood disease, y'all. To go with his renal failure, I mean, it was a few years ago that Ernie found out at the emergency room that he only had a few weeks to live, and, you know, that was what he was pushing at that moment. Because apparently he is doing shit that people were mad at him for, and he was trying to get some sympathy points, and, you know, hey, what better one to use than, man, I've only got a few weeks to live to try to get somebody to not whip your ass. What better way? So that's what he do. But he's got all these fucking issues. Like, should have seen it during the pandemic. He was trying to play so much that he's got it. With his coughing and his blood capsules and all that shit. Absolutely did try to play it like that. Yeah, Nana, see, he's a narcissist. That's why he doesn't think he's done anything wrong. He can justify anything to himself. I mean, we watch it. We see him do it all the time. But it will never be his fault. Ever. It's a rare blood disease. It's the troll's fault. It's Jimbo's fault. Whatever. But that's what he's going to push. I mean, hell, his divorce. It's his ex-wife. You know what I mean? Like, nothing is his fault. Not a thing. We need to get the den to 500 subs so we can see what that she gets. I didn't know you weren't at 500 yet. Luna? Tried to get you some. Y'all need to go sub up to Luna. And I mean, most of these people that we're dropping links for, good stuff. Fun stuff. Luna doesn't like drama. She don't want it near her channel. And, you know, it's not a safe space, but it's a clean space. You won't see the bullshit happening. So... Greg Gray, he loves the blood capsules. He loves that and any kind of small injury that's visible for the camera, where he can put a story with it, like Antifa hit him with a bat with a nail in it. Like, he's done that one a couple of times. One of those times was after he tried to escape from the mental hospital. And it's the same, if I remember correctly, it's the same time that Jimbo has messages with Ernie where he's claiming that Ernie controls all the guards and Shelby's getting out tomorrow and all this other crazy shit. But if I remember correctly, it was around that hospital stay in Georgia. But yeah, he loves them blood capsules a lot. It's his thing. Any good prop, like the mask that he had in the hospital that was drenched in this bright red substance. Yeah. I think it's actually in our intro, isn't it, Jimbo? I think it is. At least it was. But that was when he was trying to troll and taunt Jamie. Jamie even called his ass out. Like, no. You ain't doing that. Not all addicts are narcissists, but a lot of narcissists are addicts. They get bored very easily and are prone to depression from not having supply, thus they thrive on constant stimulation. Yeah, it's that instant gratification type thing. Like they got to get a rush from something. You know what I mean? Somewhere, some way, even adrenaline works.
Did you say even adrenochrome works?
Yeah, I heard that works too. But yeah, what wasn't that in Georgia when it was when he escaped? He had the back scratches. He claimed Antifa got him. Wasn't that when he was messaging you saying Shelby was getting out and had the guard under his control? And
yeah,
okay, I was just making sure I had it right.
Yeah, he was. He actually had left my house. My cousin he asked for a ride to Chattanooga Airport because he said he had a secret mission to go on, and they were paying him big money. So they took him down there, and then he asked them to go to a gas station off an exit there somewhere. He said he needed to get something out of there. So when they went in there, he did fill up my truck and gas. But then he disappeared. My cousin and her husband, they couldn't find him. And they messaged me, it's like, he's gone. I was like, I mean, I guess, just go ahead and leave. And so, he messaged me a few days later. And, first he messaged me a couple of days later and said he was okay. And, he was messaging me all that stuff from Canada, where he was supposedly going to Canada, and he'd found this sex trafficking cult with murder and all this stuff. I've showed you those screenshots, right?
I don't know if you have.
But anyway, there's a lot of his voice messages. The voice messages from the it sounds like a small girl, where she's talking about seeing rituals going down on a table or something. And,
yeah. Okay.
But anyway, he a couple of days later, he messaged me and said he was in the hospital and needed to see if I could get my buddy, who was a doctor. Well, my buddy's a PA, but he said, could he do if he was a medical doctor, could he sign him out of that, whatever they call it in Georgia. It's not a 5150 there. It's something else. I'll find a screenshot.
I think he tells you in it, doesn't he?
No, he does say it in the message.
And he has to have a doctor sign off to get released from it or something.
Yeah, it's a psychiatric hold is what it was, because they thought he would harm himself or others. And it was a week-long hold that they were going to hold him, and he couldn't get a doctor to sign a release for him. But then, the next thing he's sending me pictures of his back all scratched up. And, and the messages were saying, I'm sorry, Shelby Lee's escaped. I was in jail with him in Georgia. I'm like, Ernie, you wasn't in jail. You were in the hospital.
Right.
I knew you wouldn't believe me. And I'm like, it ain't that I don't believe you, man. Like, you're telling me that Shelby's in jail in Georgia, and I know he's in jail in Kentucky awaiting trial. Like, why would he be in jail in Georgia? But yeah, I was just showing his mental state is not there, and looking back, it was probably drug induced when he got put in. And then, like the paperwork on that last one said, drug induced psychotic episode or whatever, however it was worded.
Even his sister did say that every time that he has been in the hospital, that they've told him that he tested positive for meth.
Yeah, because he tried to explain that to me as they put it in his drink. I'm like, Ernie, they're dropping meth in your drink? Yeah, bro, yeah. What's the point in that? Like, why would they do that? I don't know, man. You know, he's obviously got addiction issues. We showed that tonight. And lying issues, psychotic issues. He needs to be institutionalized one way or the other. You know, and he doesn't need to be in there for a week or two. He needs to really be locked down and forced to either serve out a sentence or at least be to where they consider him rehabilitated somewhat. And I don't know if that would ever happen.
Yeah, I was going to say, in most situations like Ernie has got himself in, he's not going to have any kind of mental hospital kind of situation coming at him. And a step further, when he goes to prison, he probably won't be getting mental health treatment as well, because they don't sit there and feed all these guys full of fucking lithium and Effexor and all this shit. They don't do that. Some take it, some take stuff for their mental issues, but most don't. It's a sad reality. And just like anywhere else, he's not going to be able to afford it. There ain't enough dick in that prison for him to suck to get his medicine like he does need. You know what I mean? I just don't see him being able to unless somebody purchased it and it was available to him while he was in prison.
Yeah, I don't know that. So anybody's dick in prison would get him any help.
No, I'm saying hoarding himself out, get him enough money to get.
Right. So. Leslie, he needs fucking reality checks. What he needs, yeah, he does. He needs an ass whipping and a reality check, and I think both of those could come at the same time.
Yeah, Gray. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's got the opportunity to take it now, and he won't. Yeah. So I doubt when he gets to prison that he will. Right. I just don't. It's not going to be one of those things that he's focused on.
He's also diagnosed, schizophrenic 3 times. 3 times he's been diagnosed schizophrenic. Yeah. So it's not nothing new. He's got that diagnosis, his addiction diagnosis, and it's untelling what else he's got going on, man. Like I said, I think he's dangerous. I really do think he's dangerous. And does that mean I'm afraid of him? Hell no. No. I would love for him to show up. Love for it.
He's dangerous in a sneaky way, not in a badass way. He's conniving.
Yeah, he tries to get people hurt by other people.
Yeah, he don't do his own work.
No.
Not completely. He's got a lot of people he uses and manipulates to get things done.
Yeah. See, I can see Ernie flipping out and saying some stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hell, he's a werewolf.
Joe Michael.
Or the Beast of Bray Road's kid, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Yeah, he said that. And he was going to play that angle until he got busted out on it. He was really going to play that angle and try to get money out of it.
Yeah, until that same conversation within 12 hours as it progressed. Yeah. Like, really, come on, man. Come on, Ernie. Oh, I'm not Ernie. Well, you're either Ernie, Tina, or Xander. Take your pick. And it was Ernie, but he couldn't get out of it, I mean, not after his sister got a friend request from that same fake profile. Mm-hmm. I got a friend request from that same fake profile. Ernie, you're not good at this, dude. You're just
it's
not.
Like the night before he left Phil's and kidnapped Phil. He sent me the message that he sent to Margaret Brock, that he also sent to 3 sisters. And it was all the same message, but worded to us individually. It was, to me, it was, I did this to your friend. To them, it was your brother. To Margaret, it was your friend. I injected him. I'm going to kill him. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And that was Ernie. Ernie had Phil's phone because they were obviously lovers. So once they did what they did and Phil passed out or whatever happened, Ernie didn't leave. No, he got Phil's phone and tried to set Phil up to be the bad guy. Well, you can see in the video when the cop comes to Phil's house and Ernie's flipped out. Phil's like looking at the cop like, did you call this guy? And he's surprised that Ernie's called the law. Because Ernie does that to people. He turns his back on them to make himself look better. You know, like when he kidnapped Phil and was headed back to Kentucky. He was telling everybody that Phil or Phil's, you know, handlers or whoever had injected him in the thumb with a microscopic needle with stuff that was going to kill him. That made him lose his memory or whatever. And then while he's driving Phil back, telling everybody, you know, Phil's like, you're kidnapping me, let me out. And Ernie's like, no, I'm not kidnapping you. And everybody on that Facebook live stream was saying, Ernie, if he wants out of the car and you won't let him out of the car, you are by definition kidnapping him, holding him against his will. And he still wouldn't let him out. He drove him all the way to Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Right. Love to see which clip, the one of Ernie kidnapping Phil. I would too. I think Ernie got rid of that one. Do you know
where they do the math at his house, sitting, not talking, just rocking back and forth in the fetal position?
Yeah, that was the night before that.
Yep, that's what led up to it all. And I've had a few people tell me about it. People that don't know each other, so I know it existed. But I've never seen it, and I'd love to.
Let's see. Okay. Hello, that dude. What'd you say here? Evidently, she hasn't seen the child in the trunk or him talking sex toys in front of kids or other crazy, like his jet fraud. So she is so gullible. She's lonely, I bet, like his average tiger. You're right about that dude. The average tiger believes that same crap, you know, and he's got a target range of ladies who, you know, fit that lonely description and have a little money. And
yep, she fits.
Even if they don't have a whole lot of money, as long as they got a little and they can afford to give a little bit of it to Ernie, that's all he cares about.
Mm-hmm.
He'll bleed them dry.
Yep. He's done a few of them that way so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, narcissistic times. Ernie has held off on a highway run for a good while. I think what he's been doing is when he gets like that, he's been going to a hospital because he knows on the highway he's going to prison. I think so. What we can hope for, though, is that he gets into bad enough condition before he actually goes to the hospital to where it's too far gone and he thinks, you know, he's 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Like when he told the cops, you know, I'm not going to run in. I'm not going to get hit by a car. I can't sit down. And then, well, they sat him down. He still brags about that, bro. Like, you mean the video where 5 cops couldn't put me on my back? Were there 5 cops there?
Not that I saw. I saw 3.
I saw the one roll him over and teabag him.
Right. But I mean, honestly, I saw 3 and then I heard 3 different tasers. I don't know. or I don't know if it was 3 from one taser gun or whatever, or what it was, but I heard it happen 3 times, and I saw 3 cops.
Yeah, you're right, Leslie. That dude, she used to be a huge supporter of his and stepped away from him for quite a while. He's digging his claws back in now. She's always believed him and who he pretends to be.
Mm-hmm. I told you that whole Max Spears thing is the angle that he's working, and I guarantee you. I mean, I don't know what he's been saying on her panel, but I guarantee he's working that story about his brain.
He believes that Max Spears and all that stuff. And there's another one too. I can't remember their name right now, but there's another YouTuber that was all into that super soldier bullshit. You probably know what I'm talking about. Was one of the last ones around Max Spears before he passed away or whatever.
I don't remember who it was offhand. But,
yeah, I can't think of the name either.
But yeah, I mean, it's sad, man, because I mean, I know there's conspiracies out there, and I know there's a lot of them that are out there simply because of what I said about Ernie. More misinformation out there. You're not going to get caught if you are doing something, and that's what you do. You put it out bullshit. But this super soldier bullshit, no, man, come on. I mean, I know to some level our government has worked on that kind of thing, but I don't think Ernie Shell was one of the experiments. I don't think his dad was one of the experiments. I think Ernie, he's full of shit, and he has found people that believe a certain thing, and most of those people fit into the QAnon sect, and that's part of it. Underground tunnels, human trafficking, adrenochrome, the lefties and the liberals and Hollywood and all that shit. Like, no, man, no. He just works that angle.
Mm-hmm.
Washington D.C. on January 6th, and up there with his little fucking mask on, walking around like he's some big badass. And he could tell you all kinds of stories, and I'm sure he did tell some stories to people. And I guarantee you most of it was bullshit. But that's what he do. He sets it up, make all these people believe a certain thing. He's got it set up where he can get Team Rose to do the same thing. He was trying to work the Patriots right after he got back from D.C. That was one of the angles he was working.
Yeah, any angle he thinks is going to be for monetary gain.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where he's going. Yep. Well, anything that nets him $1 is profit because he don't have shit.
Right. Oh yeah, that's why it's $1, $2. I don't need your 20. Yep. He's full of shit. It is what it is, though, man. Like, most people know that. And the ones that still back him, they know he's full of shit, but they just choose to be bad and support evil. So, at least we know. At least we know. Jaded, master manipulator, but I would have to, it's a situational thing. That person has to have something going on, something traumatic, some kind of entry for Ernie, one way or another. He likes to use people when they're vulnerable, when they're sick, when they're emotionally sick or upset, that kind of thing. He does. That's what he does. But only in that situation. Like, you get somebody that don't have none of that shit going on, nothing at that moment traumatic going on in their life. Yeah. They're going to laugh at him. They're going to be like, who is this chump? But he's got to have that angle. And that's always been one of the things we've warned people, like, man, maybe you got things going on and you feel like, he's somebody you could talk to, he could help. I can guarantee you he will not do anything but hurt you. And that's a promise. That's what he does.
Okay.
What's up?
What's up with who?
You know the score yet?
Nope.
Look and see.
So I watch the ball games on streaming, you know. So it's like I'm about 20 seconds behind cable. Do you know how hard it is for me to not look at my messages during a ball game, knowing that something has just happened? You know, like at the end of that Alabama game, like I knew something happened,
Dude.
but I just couldn't.
Washington beat Texas.
Huh?
Washington just beat Texas 37-31.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was a good matchup that they picked. It was. They played out pretty good. Touchdown for each one, you know. That's crazy. Wow. So it's going to be Michigan and Washington. Washington's coming to the Big Ten next year. Hey, why not? It's a nice little way to start the new conference. Playing one of the biggest teams for the national championship the year before. Oh, sorry.
Penny Paper Cut Tina has always loved her some skirts. She's got it just as bad for him as she does Dolly. Yeah, she really is. And Dolly kind of used to poke fun at her because it's kind of ridiculous the way these grown-ass women act over the, you know, guy that could care less if they, you know, had junk between their legs or not.
Yeah. A fool.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he's always looking to come up and, you know, ask Kemper.
Are you bisexual?
I have herpes.
Are you bisexual?
You do not have a place, bitch boy. You don't have a fucking place. Fuck off.
All right, buddy. It's almost 2 hours in. I'm about ready to hit the old sack. Actually, I might watch a little movie before I hit the old sack.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Like, shit, dude, all I've done for the past 2 weeks is work, so I'm probably going to get off here and sleep until at least noon tomorrow.
There you go.
Because I don't have to work, as far as I know. They might call me, but whatever. Yeah. So it's going to be a sleepy day.
I feel you, brother. All right. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow night then on the flip side on the second day of January 2024. Hey, thank y'all for being in here so strong and long tonight and getting us started off with a happy and great new year. You know, we'll keep building on this momentum. And you know, we picked up over 100 subscribers from the
past 3 days
before Alex's show until after. You know, we picked up 50 something, 54 or something like that during the show.
Nice.
And you know, it's over 100 now that we've got since he was here. So we're getting a lot of new subscribers, and we'll try to, you know, deliver to them the same way we have been delivering for the last 2 years. So appreciate y'all coming in.
It's a nice little hangout, you know.
Yeah,
it really is.
All right. Until tomorrow night, I'm Jimbo.
I'm Kemper.
Coming to you live from the stand.
Oh, hell. He's seen us. Shit, he's seen us. Jim Bob seen us looking at him. We gotta hide. I ain't scared of Jim Bob. I'm going back. Hell, wait on me. I'm coming. I'm about too old for this shit.
He fucking dropped his drawers and there was his dick and balls.
Did you just shit in my car?
Are you bisexual?
I'm gonna take you again.
Cause I ain't no sissy lala like some of these motherfucking YouTubers. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.
Women's boobs are their balls. They're just not down there. So yes, gentlemen, we have bigger balls than you do.
What?